invent the wheel, they just put two of them together. And the result has taken us further than anyone ever imagined.
If you were a manufacturer of anything, you started manufacturing bicycles.
Put on your helmets. We're about to feel the impact of the bicycle in America. I'm Gabe McCauley. Join me exploring the values of yesterday and the promise of tomorrow.
Beautiful for spacious skies and waves of green. Purple mountains, majesties on the blue plains. We're home.
This is Reconnecting Roots. The Ring of Fire, a chain of islands in the South Pacific formed by lava bursting out of the ocean. In the year 1815, Mount Tambora on the Indonesian island Sumbawa explodes, killing as many as 12,000 people under its cataclysmic force, the largest recorded eruption in history. A massive 19 cubic miles of volcanic fallout shot out from its high altitude peak into the stratosphere, creating a layer of atmospheric dust and gases that would block the light of the sun for the following year. 1816 became known as the year without summer, as temperatures never raised high enough to grow crops, leading to a severe famine in the northern hemisphere. On top of famine, the prolonged winter led to widespread disease. These effects would increase the death toll of Mount Tambora's eruption to over an estimated 70,000 humans. Situations on and above Earth were so dire that mankind was forced to create a new solution to save the world. But instead, we got this: the bicycle. The effects of the volcanic-induced famine were so bad that not only were people starving, but so were the horses. Transportation became limited, unaffordable, and unfeasible. So this new human-powered invention helped people travel distances their horses would normally have taken them. While the bicycle wasn't a cure for famine, pestilence, and disease, it did spur a number of innovations that would help mitigate the effects of such things. But what it also did was inject some equality and personal liberty into the lives of all Americans. And it's still just a fun thing to do. Maybe it's the feel of the wind in your hair. Maybe it's the rush you get from going full speed. Maybe it's the sense of liberation. Or maybe it's just all the warm memories of growing up. America has a lasting love for the bicycle. And while our culture has progressed far beyond these simple human-powered transportation devices, there's something timeless about this little mechanical wonder that really takes you places. And just over a century ago, the parents of our grandparents were witnessing a national craze over bicycles that took us farther than anyone could have ever guessed. The common bicycle is made up of two wheels on an inline frame with handlebars, powered by pedaling a crank attached by chain to a hub, which propels the wheel forward. This application of leverage increases human efficiency by a factor of 5. Unless you're going up a hill, then it changes. Instead of trying to rack my brain researching the bicycle craze, I decided to talk to an expert. And my pick is antique bike collector Mike Wolfe.
Look at this thing. Very small bike, but again, they wanted the child to feel like he was riding a motorcycle. This is just a fake little tank.
Right.
It's got gauges on it, tin motor, and then you got your balloon tires. And so this child could ride this bike and feel and look like it was riding a motorcycle, right. You know? the smallest piece for a collector can mean so much because it can add up to something bigger.
Right.
You know, bigger than us. This is bigger than me and you. Right now we're having a moment, you and I, with a speed bike. Are you feeling it?
I'm feeling it.
Mike is known for his ability to find rare pieces of Americana, and it all started with his love of bicycles.
So what kicked it off for me was I went out to this barn, and in the rafters was a high-wheel Victor bicycle, 1885. I bought it, I scraped up every nickel I had, and I pulled it down out of the rafters, and I was riding it around the pasture. You know, and the guy was like, whoa, you know, and I was like, whoa. And so that was my first high-wheel bike, and that was my first experience with turn-of-the-century bikes. But early bicycles have always fascinated me because of the innovation that was happening at that time. So imagine standing on the street corner around 1885 and seeing someone ride by on one of these bikes, a high-wheel bike. They were higher than you, they were up, and it was such a big apparatus, and you were just like, what is going on? I mean, literally, to me, it would be like seeing a spaceman.
Yeah.
You know, you're just like, what is that underneath this person? And you're watching them with their own power move along the street, and you're fascinated by it.
Something that fascinates me is like there's little nuances and stuff throughout the years, and stylistically they've made some changes. But like the overall design and function of a bike is still the same. Like we're still, I mean...
You're exactly right. But it was something that was really sweeping the country to the point where if you were a manufacturer of anything, you started manufacturing bicycles because there was such a need in America for bicycles. And as that need progressed, the prices started coming down. Turn of the century stuff is mind-boggling. You want to get on one, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to get you on a high-wheel bike. All right, Gabe, this is the bike I was telling you about. I remember I was telling you that story about when I found it in the rafters. Same bike.
Really?
This is it. So here's what we're gonna do. You ready for this? You ready to do this? Okay, so I'm gonna hold the bike, and then you're gonna get on the bike. All right?
A little 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
And a little Hail Mary. Say a prayer.
Oh, yeah.
There
Easy
you are.
peasy.
There you are.
And you're not like, I mean, these things are trapping you in a way. Like
Yeah.
if you're going forward, there's not like an easy...
Yeah, and now you see why the handlebars are shaped the way they are, because when we move forward a little bit, see on your high pedal stroke right there, if you bring your knee in, see, you have to have that space for your knee itself. So every
inch
of it,
here.
No, every inch of it has to be thought out. It could be really, really difficult, but this is what everybody rode. You know, this was the beginning of it, you know.
The spectacle of high-wheeled bicycles was quickly traded for the safety of the current bicycle style. Developed in 1885, a basic design accepted by men and women, and without such a steep learning curve. While the bicycle had been in development in Europe for several decades prior, the configuration that we are familiar with arrived in America during a period of mass immigration to our country. The result is one of the greatest American immigrant stories in history. The 1890s was the decade of the bicycle in America. The right balance of safety and ease of use had met with hundreds of competitive manufacturers, bringing prices down enough for the masses to afford, and creating a bona fide bicycle craze from coast to coast. Cycling clubs formed across America, and this new form of leisure quickly expanded into the sporting world as bicycle races began to form. And the sporting world became a platform the cycling industry used to create a sports promotion industry by sponsoring cyclists and races. Cycling was heavily advertised through magazines, a new medium pitching competitive features being developed by each brand of bicycles. Bicycle sales were going so well, by and large, that a marketing strategy of planned obsolescence was developed to keep customers coming back to purchase this year's model with its brilliant new features. The bicycle was not only fun to operate, but it also provided mobility that didn't require fuel or feed, making it an affordable alternative to horses and primitive automobiles. The effects of this new bicycle economy changed everything from how people got to work and did their jobs to major industrial and social norms. It's easy to see how bicycles evolved into motorcycles. Just slap a fierce-sounding engine on two wheels. and you got yourself a chopper. Her name's Dreamslayer. Well, what's surprising is how much influence this little bad boy had on other methods of transportation. In the 1890s, Henry Ford was an avid cyclist, bicycling all around Detroit. After seeing other inventors' attempts at creating a horseless carriage, Henry Ford decided to build his own, made mostly from bicycle parts. He called it the quadricycle because it used 4 bicycle wheels, and the success of this experiment led to Ford creating his own company and working on his version of the modern-day automobile, which was a wheel success. At the same time, the Wright brothers owned stores that repaired, built, and sold bicycles. They took a break from this and used their expertise in bicycle mechanics to craft gliders that could be controlled in the air, the same way a cyclist can control a bike on the ground. After upgrading their flyers with lightweight bicycle tubing and a custom engine, the Wright brothers had invented the airplane. Their decision to switch gears from road machines to flying machines had really paid off. This two-wheeled invention wasn't just an isolated thing. It set off a chain reaction once people got caught up in its irresistible cycle. I said irresistible.
Yeah, we get it.
Metal to the metal, just the brain to the day. I'm singing out of tune, riding through the city beneath the glowing moon. Oh yeah, oh yeah, feel the wind out quite high. Oh yeah, under the big sky. Spinning wheels of freedom down the open road, every twist and turn where the stories are told. This city's my playground, drag it to me home. Oh yeah, feel the wind out quite high. Oh yeah, underneath the sky.
With the 1920s, the bicycle craze had ended. Sales were a little flat. Taxi! Taxi! A new craze began with cars. The smooth roads paved for bikes were taken over by these much larger gas-guzzling machines. As Ford continued to perfect his assembly lines, he could sell brand new Model T cars at the equivalent of about $8,000 in today's prices. That was a deal people couldn't refuse. So they ditched their handlebars and jumped behind the steering wheel. Bikes were mostly sold as kids' toys by the 1940s. Those made for adults were bought by hobbyists for exercise, racing, or leisure. It was no longer a major method of transportation, which made sales tumble downhill fast. This slump in business lasted for decades, until the 1970s, when fuel shortages and an increased awareness of pollution sent bike sales racing to the top, even outselling cars for a while. And now, sharing the streets with two-wheeled travelers is a daily part of life on the American road. Although bicycles continue to be manufactured at twice the rate of automobiles, they still can't catch up to half the number of automobiles on the road, at least in America. Here, biking is mostly just for fun. But part of that fun can be shared, like with these party bikes. Some see it as the Ubering of the bicycle industry, and it is catching on. Bike sharing has increased from about 2.5 million rides to 28 million in just 5 years, where a rider can rent a bicycle with a few cool features, take it across town, and drop it off somewhere else. It's a solution that helps ease street congestion for locals and gives visitors a different way to see the city. Major metropolitan areas such as Portland, Minneapolis, Chicago, the Bay, and of course the Big Apple have fostered cycling culture in the cities. However, not every city has the resources to support bike sharing. But in towns like Birmingham, Alabama, the bike sharing community is being built from the ground up. Redemptive Cycles is a non-profit bicycle shop with a number of successful programs that serve the community beyond those who need bike repairs. Hello there.
Hey.
You gave me the good seat.
Yeah?
Yeah, this is fun.
Good.
I don't know why you didn't want it.
More fun watching you.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. It's 2018. I've got a lot of choices for getting around, but why bikes?
Well, we think bikes are a really, really efficient means of transportation. Costs only about 4% of the cost of a car. Maintaining
Wow.
a car for a year, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
We're in Birmingham, Alabama. The public transportation network is maybe not up to snuff with places like LA or New York. And so it would be exceedingly difficult to live in Birmingham and not have a motor vehicle if you wanted to get back and forth to your job, or even if you wanted to go get groceries. In a city like Birmingham, parking is becoming more and more scarce. It's actually easier for me to ride my bike places and not have to worry about parking or pay for it.
What's that name come from?
Redemptive is all about redeeming bikes from garages and closets and using them to serve our low-income and homeless neighbors here in Birmingham. We want to be able to help them redeem themselves and maybe get out of a bad spot or a piece of bad luck by earning themselves a bicycle.
To really see how bicycles still make an impact, we talked with John, who earned his bike after losing his leg in a hit and run. This is your bike?
Yes, it is. And I'm proud to have this bike. This my old friend here. And I've been with her a long time.
Does she have a name?
This little outlaw here. This little outlaw.
What does a bike do for you?
It helped me and it get me to places where I don't have the money to go or get on the bus to go. I can get my bike out and I can go anywhere I want to go.
Freedom.
Yeah, freedom. Held this on bike. I did work and I've been constantly doing work here every chance I get. And I got people that trust me that don't even know me.
Yeah. Beyond novelty, beyond hobby or leisure, and now able to repair lives, the simplicity of a bicycle is as ingenious as ever. You're doing it! You're doing it! Whoa! Nice. New gadgets still come and take us by storm. And the bicycle brought one of the original gadget crazes that revolutionized both work and play for Americans through a unique chain of events. And today, that chain still keeps pulling us onward. Thanks for watching. Woo!
First flower of the season, Jack Torrance in the morning.